everyone, in today's video I'm going to be showing you this really cool secret message nail art design, and you could use it to do any kind of secret message you want. You could paint like your next under there or a skeleton, or you could do something totally different. You could even have a revealed glow-in-the-dark secret message design that was maybe just a pattern. Like if it's just a regular nail design and all of a sudden you're like, you know, in the dark this should have polka dots, this would be the way to do it. I love the way it turned out. It can definitely get really spooky or kind of creepy, which is perfect for Halloween, and I will see you all next time. Bye.
So I'm going to show you the two shades of red gel polish I'm going to use. The first one is going to be an opaque color, something that's going to cover completely and not leave any, natural nails showing through. The second one is going to be a semi-sheer red gel polish that is a similar color to the first red. So this is Red Handed in the strip from Madame Glam. Red Handed is a little bit old. I don't honestly know if it's still on their website, but I will put the color names in the description box below so you can check them out to see if they're available. So here's the strip. This is the one that I said is opaque. One coat, full coverage, so nice. I'm now going to use Madame Glam Snow White top coat. I'm going to take a couple drops out of the bottle and place them on my little working palette. That bottle's getting empty, so it didn't really want to give me any, but we got some. Then I'm going to take some loose glow-in-the-dark pigment. This is really the secret to any design that you want to really glow. By mixing the loose pigment into your top coat, you can get kind of a paste. It still has to be workable and paintable, but you want it to be very heavy on the glow pigment. That glow pigment is something I bought off Amazon years ago, so I'm sure they still have something like that. It's just the raw glow-in-the-dark ingredient. So after I have that, I'm going to use that glow mix to paint my design on the nail. As I am painting this, as you can see in the video, it is very difficult to tell where you've painted, where your design is. It's one of those situations where it's kind of tricky. You have to really look at it. You have to pay attention to what you're doing. You have to kind of just know where you've painted so that you know what you're doing. Especially with something like right now I'm painting the skull on the thumbnail. That's going to be the most difficult of these designs that I'm doing on this set to do because there are so many details and it is so important to just put the glow where you want the nail to glow. This first layer of glow-in-the-dark that I'm doing is going to be just a generalized layer over the top of all of the areas I want to glow. For each nail, I will do a secondary glow coat that will give it a little bit more detail. As you can see, once you put it into the lamp, you can really clearly tell where you painted, and you could fix anything after that you see that maybe you missed a spot or something. On the next nail, this is actually going to be the middle nail. I'm going to be painting like a handprint, like a bloody dripping handprint. I'm going to start with the palm and then I'm going to add my fingers coming off of that. As you are painting these, it is a little easier to see in person. One thing that may help you is if you paint this in semi-darkness. The next layer of glow pigment that I'm going to be applying to all of these, I will paint in semi-darkness, and that's going to give you kind of an idea of what I mean by painting in the dark, because it does help. I'm going to add the little bits to all of those, and then after I have that part, that hand done, I'm going to pop that into the lamp. The ring fingernail, I did write your next. I just wanted to come up with like a fun little Halloween spooky mix. The other thing that would be fun to do is, let's say you had news for somebody, or you wanted to do like a baby reveal. You could do something like this, have the nails pink and blue, and then in the dark it says, it's a girl or it's a boy. You could do something like that. Just different ideas that were coming through my brain as I was working on this as possibilities for what to use this style. After I did that, the last two nails, the index and the pinky, I just did some splatter marks. That's just one of my favorite things. I absolutely love doing like drip nails. They're one of my favorites just to wear and to do. I just think they're fun and whimsical. After I have all of the glow done, I'm going to go ahead and use the color Red Handed. That's my slightly sheerish red color. I'm going to apply that over the top of all of the nails in a very even, thin coat. If you wanted your image to be completely invisible to the naked eye in the daylight, this is where you would stop, because the glow does still show, and you wouldn't want it to be where you could see it, especially if you're doing something like a surprise for somebody in this way. You would leave it just like that. However, if you want the glow to be glowier and you don't mind it if you can kind of see what it is just by texture, go ahead and in slight darkness, as you can see I'm working in right now, go ahead and paint another little bit to highlight certain areas of the design. So on my skull, I'm going to highlight brow bone, cheekbone, the top of the nasal cavity, the teeth, a little bit on the top of the skull. Just selectively choose areas you want to glow even more than they were before. This is sort of how you can do some shading with the glow-in-the-dark paint that you mixed. After you have that done, you can go ahead and pop that in your lamp. I have a little flash cure flashlight. So before I painted each one of these, even though they were fully cured, this isn't flash curing to cure them, this is flash curing to reveal the design in my slight darkness. When you hit it with the flash cure flashlight, your design will really pop. Then you can see where you need to add more of your pigment. And then that's how I can kind of more easily tell where I need more light, more of the glow, so it lights up more. Same thing for the next one. Hit it with the flash cure flashlight, highlight wherever it needs to be. It's just such a quick way to tell what you're painting and where you need to add more. I'm going to do the same thing on the last one. After that's done, I'm going to add a layer of gel top coat over the top of everything. As you can see, you can ever so slightly see the design, not so much where for the most part you can tell what it is, but if you really wanted to keep a secret, skip that second coat of glow in the dark because it does tend to make it look a little bit bumpier, but the glow reveal at the end is more impressive. So it's a trade-off and you can decide, which is the better route to take. I'm going to apply top coat over the cross of all 5. It is a little more tedious than normal. Like I said, that particular bottle is just getting a little bit low. So I've got the top coat over 3 of them. Bear with me. Don't you hate it when you're at the last third of any bottle of nail polish and it's like, I know there's still more in there. I just got to get it out. My clients, they always are like, is that one still hanging on by the time, they have their next appointment? I'm like, no, this is the new bottle of top coat. This is the next one that's almost running out because they're always almost out. But here we are. Here's the final design. I love just the simple red. And then once they are in the dark, there's a whole different party going on that you had no idea was there, especially in this case with the creepy skull and the handprint and the drips. It just has very Halloween classic spooky vibes. I love it. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. And don't forget to click subscribe to all my future videos as well.